Hello, this is Anita Wong. I'm in my art studio today. So I want to show you how to paint the eagle. So let's grab some tools and start painting. This I just found out. This Shanmabi Mountain Horse Hard Hair Brush. The brand is Shaoang. That's my teacher's teacher, Zhao Shaoang. So he already turned into a brand on a paintbrush. I guess that's quite a success for a Chinese painter. All right, let's go grab the paper. So come with me. This is where I store my paper. It's also AKA my closet. I'll roll of watercolor paper. As you can see, I get a lot of prime delivery as all art materials. So I love painting on this dining table. Here's my painting jacket. I ruined a lot of clothes, as you can see. So I'm gonna wear this while I paint. Yeah, so this is where we're gonna make our large scale eagle painting. All right, guys, let's start. Let's start painting. So first, I need to wet my brush in the bucket of water. And then I'm gonna dip the brush in ink. Make sure it's not too wet, not too dry. I'm gonna shape it on a piece of paper. So when I paint, I will be in complete silence because I need to really focus on each stroke. All right, let's start by painting the eagle's head, which is the detailed part. I'm gonna think about the head and the shape first. When the brush is too dry, I need to wet it with a little bit of water. Also think of the shade of ink. You don't want it to be just one shade. So by adding water, you can create different shade. Also think of whether your brush is dry or wet. So this part, I'm gonna push the brush down to create some texture. Let's wash the brush and get some lighter shade of ink. Now that the eye is a little dry, I'm gonna add the dark part right here. Gonna add some shading. And texturing. Alright guys, so time to evaluate. As you can see, this is the photo reference and we won't have enough space for the wing here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend the bigger side of the wing to here. As you can see here, we have a lot of space, a lot of paper space. So the big wing will be on this side instead. And we also have the claws that I'm gonna do next. All right, so for the claws, we want the smaller Shammabi mountain horse. And we're gonna use just the tip because it will be fine lines. All right, let's think of the claws. Next to the claw, I'm gonna splash some ink to represent the splash of snow. A little bit on this side. I kind of like the happy little accident that I create here. Add a little bit more water. Splash a little more. Later I have to clean up the living room, as you can see. But it doesn't matter. The painting's more important. Alright. Okay. I think all the details are done. We're gonna go ahead and do the wings, which can be really abstract and fun. Okay, so let's switch to the bigger brush. Let's go ahead and do the wings. Get some textures of that feather. I'm adding some water for a different shade. And we need some dark ink. I go through a lot of these ink. Probably went through a gallon already. Alright, let's go ahead and do the wings. Make sure the brush is semi-wet because it is quite a large painting. We want to have enough ink on the brush to do the wing. I'm gonna start from here. Push it down, lift it up and turn while you do that. Always take your time to pause when you feel you need a little moment to think. Sometimes I like to fan my brush a little. So as you can see right now, I'm using 2 different brushes. I think that's enough. We don't need a lot of tools. Sometimes it's not about the tool. It's about how expressive you are. Alright, let's do more maybe. Step back and take a look at it. Some texture here. Spread it. I always get black finger. And some of my friends ask me what's going on. What's wrong with your finger? Right. I think the side of the wing is almost done. I'm gonna again get some lighter shade. Just kind of go in and do a little more Alright guys, I'm gonna dip this brush in some water, only water, no ink. I kind of just go in and do a wet on wet effect. So while the ink of the wing is still wet, go in and do a little more texturing. Alright. I'm gonna do the other wing. So let's again take a look at the photo reference. Oh, it's nothing like it, but that's okay, it's only a reference. So let's go ahead and use the same large brush. The other wing, since we're running out of paper space, I want it to be a little bit more abstract. So a little more dark ink. Let's see. Yep, here. This is where the other wing comes out from. Sometimes I wish the paper is even larger, but this is the largest one I can find. One day, hopefully, I can have a custom-made paper. Alright. Last part. Right here. And one more. Alright, I think it is done. Voila. This is my large scale eagle. Hope you enjoyed it.